Hey guys, and welcome back to Drag-Goof Monster Party 16? I may be missing, I don't remember. But in any case, last time we already took out Slon and Ladja, but I decided, you know what? Why don't I see how Merc does on their own, see what strategies we need to take just for funsies. I'll be fast forwarding, just keep an eye, just remember that, okay? That you're going to be hearing the fast forward noises here, so if you don't like that, I lower the volume a little bit or something. I can actually lower the volume a little bit, music a little bit on my side. I just don't know if it'll affect the future recordings. In any case, the only real setup I have for them is just that they have a Staff of Salvation in case the damage gets too hard. I think this would be basically make Merc invincible anyway, so at least for Slon. Maybe not for Ladja. We'll have to find out. But for now, okay, let's go ahead and attack. So, first things first, we're going to just Packs a Punch. 52 damage! Holy shit! He actually has to buff! 17. Oh, we're maxed out on defense. Okay. So, it's actually a little bit... It got slightly dicey. It can be bad. We can't just casually do this. Good to know. Yeah, because they only max out a certain amount of defense anyway. They don't get the 999 defense that they do when the wild counterparts do. But anyway, that's it for Ladja. Excuse me, Slon. Now it's time for Ladja. Okay, now it's time for Ladja. My HP okay? Yes, it is. Not too worried about this one either, but I am going to do a quick test to see if I need to buff or not. So, let's find out. But anyway, let's just hurry on up. Against Bishop Ladja. Alright, Merc. So first things first, you're going to go ahead and Paxa yourself. Okay, you do need buff. That does bad damage. 44 times 40 times 2 would be pretty bad overall. Okay. That's fine. Alright, 12 damage. Now it's manageable. So, let's see. Are we ever in danger? This is the biggest thing. Again, I don't think we're... Yeah, especially with how many times they try to Confrizzle and bounce. I think this is just... Merc wins as long as he buffs. If he doesn't buff, Merc could actually be in danger. So, there you go. That's the answer for this one. I'm just curious how long this takes at fast forward. But yeah, like I thought, Merc can at least beat Ladja pretty easily. Alright, I had my little bit of fun with Merc soloing. I'll go back to the main timeline where we're going to meet Bjorn. I'll see you there. Alright, we're here for Bjorn the Behemoth, and we're pretty well set up. My test run went well. We do have someone that's going to unfortunately be dying once in a while, but hopefully not too bad. Anyway, here's our team. It's everybody, of course. We got Merc, who's going to have the Yigdu for an emergency in case we need to heal everybody. Yeah, it shouldn't happen often, but just in case. Packs a Punch, of course. A bunch of Yiggleaves. Merc is unlikely to be dying at all. If they do die, we have one extra Packs a Punch, I think, somewhere on the team. We have a couple Elfin Elixirs for Winnie, because Winnie is probably going to exhaust her MP. So, that's our plan on this front. For Drongo is almost never going to be attacking. They're going to be only fire breathing or healing. Their healing is the big thing for them. We have the Elfin Charm on them because they're not the one with the bounce spell that's going to be on them. So hopefully that'll lower the chances of getting sapped. I don't think it actually helped with sap, but it doesn't hurt to try anyway. Staff of Salvation, he'll be mostly our healer. He's got Fairy Flow, but he's not going to be concentrating on it except for free turns or so. He's got the extra Packs a Punch, some extra Yiggleaves, and one Elfin Elixir. We shouldn't need this many, but just in case, really. And Winnie's got a Fairy Foil, of course, the Zenithian Shield to keep her safe from the Kasap, and the Zenithian Sword whenever he overbuffs himself. Otherwise, it's a bunch of Yiggleaves and one Elfin Elixir. Again, it's at least one Elfin Elixir per person, just so, like, if someone has the free turn, they could do it, if we need someone to do it. Because Merc is always going first, with Winnie second, and then Drongo's almost always going after Bjorn, so we have different ways of doing this. But that's our team. You know, it's a shame that Winnie or Merc aren't higher level right now because they have access to Insulate. And actually, Winnie has access to Oomph. But, well, that's how things work. I don't want to over-level them if I don't have to. So, those are going to be when we only level them when we need to. In any case, why don't we go ahead and get on up, and I'll meet you at the start of the fight because I know it takes a bit. And it's boss time against Bjorn the Behemoth. First things first, monsters are gonna kerplunk. Merc does have to buff. I'm not sure. They need to buff, that's 100%. You are going to go ahead and use a fairy foil on yourself, and you are going to start with the... Oh, actually, my bad. Merc can survive one hit. They're going to buff Winnie just before they bounce, so that way Winnie has a better defense to start, at least. Then you end this, and then you're going to go ahead and Zenithian. Okay. And Drongo got hit, of course. Okay, you're going to also help Drongo buff up, get him maxed out to start, and you are going to start with the healing on Drongo. Alright, you're buffed. Double buffed. Merc has an answer to that if necessary. Alright, Drongo's fully buffed. Next, you are going to buff yourself. Drongo is going to heal himself, and you are going to fairy foil. Ouch. Alright, next you are going to, let's see... Oomph yourself for now. You may as well get that started. You're set, actually, so we're going to have him on focus on healing now. He'll automatically attack as needed, so it's okay. You go ahead and Paxa. You're going to get your fairy foil one more up. There you go. Alright, Winnie's max defense. See, that's why Drongo's on auto heal. Now you're going to Sizzle, and you are going to Zenithian. That's where Merc having Sizzle is worthwhile. Thank you. Alright, now that his defense is reset, Merc can do some extra damage, and you can refresh your bounce. Yeah, Merc needed that one bit of bouncing, though, so... Alright, you keep attacking, and... you don't really need to do much here. You can attack. It's not a lot, but it's something. Oh, Drongo actually outsped the Bjorn for a moment. It's great if he hits Merc, because Merc can auto-heal at least. We're okay still. Alright, this is where we're going to need extra healing. Yeah, Drongo's most likely going to suffer a bit. But, we're going to have Winnie just mid-heal herself. She could do extra damage, but I'd rather play safe than sorry. Good move. You both can attack. Anytime you have the opportunity. Oh, yeah. The extra low damage. Extra low defense. Get as much damage as you can. Alright, that's one, that's fine. He's still in attack range for most of us. Yeah. Bounce is off. I forgot about bounce. You're going to keep attacking. You are going to bounce. Alright, it's a heal round. Okay, heal yourself. See, Drongo having HP does work in this regard. Wow! 1 HP! Way to survive, dude! Yeah, definitely needed an extra heal there. Is he gonna die? No! Nice! We're getting a little bit of luck here. If he's below half, essentially, we gotta heal. Extra heal. Alright, he got extra sap, so he might be a bit in danger. Heal yourself. Alright, he's back to normal defense right now. I believe. So, refresh your Zenithian shield. I lost track of the timing for that. You're doing okay damage, I think, right now? I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, 129 is fine. Okay, now it's going to be Sizzle and the sword. But yeah, Merc has a solution for these. It's pretty good. So we can keep steady damage. Okay, now your attack's going to be better, and You can attack too. That way we get at least 200 damage going here. Alright. Time to heal. Let's go ahead and have you heal yourself. Heal yourself here. Be buffed. Alright, you're gonna have to sizzle and... yeah, sword. Another heal a time. Oh, maybe not. You both can attack. Bounces off, damn it. I'm glad that could have been worse. We were a little lucky there. But yeah, the defense up is 100% needed. Alright, you need to heal yourself because Drongo's not guaranteed to come heal you in time. Buff, really? Alright, go ahead and sizzle. I'm gonna say Winnie will survive, so we're gonna go ahead and Zenithian. Oh, you went for Merc. That doesn't happen often. But there you go. That's it for Bjorn. We got a little bit lucky there. Drongo didn't die this time. In my test run, he died multiple times, but I guess we were a little bit more prepared, or we got more lucky. Either way, that's it for Bjorn. Next up is Queen Ferz, and then King Korol. I'm not looking forward to King Korol at all. Ugh. We don't have any resistances for Drongo on that, so ugh. One thing I wanted to note, though, is Winnie had both Dragon Armor and Dragon Shield on for the fire resistance, because I switched off of the Flame Shield for that, but we're going to switch to Flame Armor and Flame Shield for Winnie for Korol, because they have Ice. But for now, Winnie's going to stay on this armor. Alright, see you there, after we gain experience. Okay, so I lied. We're not going to Queen Ferz yet. We're going to go ahead and have Merc solo Bjorn the Behemoth. It's very possible, and all they need is these equipment. Zenithian Shield is kind of... you probably don't need that, but it's helpful depending on the situation. Just to have the Kasap bounce. But otherwise, that's our stat setup. I'll meet you at the start of the fight real quick. Okay, had to speed that up. But anyway, boss time again. So, he's going to kerplunk off, and we're going to have... we need to have Merc buff himself. They do 100% need to do that. Otherwise, that damage is really bad. Next is the Packs a Punch. He's buffing. Because he buffed, we're Zenithian shielding. He double buffed. We're better off just Zenithian sorting, because that does more damage than Sizzle. Alright, he buffed, but only once. We can attack and do okay damage. And now we're not. Bounces up, Sizzle. Sizzle. Bounces off. So, because bounces off, we want a Zenithian Sword. And we just attack. We're waiting until he buffs, essentially. Sorry if this is going too fast, but okay, he buffed. Now we want a Zenithian Shield. Alright, he got screwed by his defense. I think we attack still. Yes. If he buffs again, but we don't. Alright, we're okay. Bounces off, but we can still attack. This is basically the route you do. As long as we're doing 100-ish, we're okay. 90 is acceptable as well. Alright, he buffed. Bounce up. He only buffed once so far, so we attack. Yep, that's why. The double buff is we gotta get rid of it. But yeah, he basically wins Merc wins as long as he buffs himself. Alright, acceptable still. He didn't buff himself recently. Now he did. Now we gotta get the bounce up. I think we attack? Yes. That defense down sound scares me because I keep thinking Merc got affected by it. But no, they don't. We're gonna Sizzle. Just bounces up, bounces down. Let's go ahead and Zenithian. He only did one. Little Zenithian shield. I think the Sizzle's better, but whatever. Okay, nah, he's maxed out. Bounce is still up. I didn't mean to do that. We're decent attack at least, but still. Bounce is down, and yeah, we need to go ahead and Zenithian. Good. That Zenithian sword is so good for this part. And there you go. Merc successfully solos Bjorn. Alright, I'm going to do a couple of these, but only where necessary. I think, for instance, it'll be interesting against Korol if we do a solo because he can crit. But I think that's the only thing that would be interesting, so we'll figure that out. And anyway, we're going to see Queen Ferz first. I probably won't do a solo with her because, well, she's usually easy. So I'll see you there. Alright, we're here at Queen Ferz. This is not too hard of a battle, but we do need to make sure we buff up. So our general setup, we don't need a lot. Usual equipment on Merc, got a Yigdu just in case, one Yigglyf, one Elfin, and one Pax of Punch. Basically the same for the others. I did get an extra Elfin charm by going to the cave with the Palladium Regale. I always forget the name of that. But I went to that one because I got the final key. I also unlocked a bunch of other final key doors. There's not a lot in Drag-Goof though, so I mostly just got mini medals as it is. But in any case, Drongo still got the Staff of Salvation and basic stuff here. And Winnie's still got their stuff from before as well. Same thing right now. Dragon Mail's on for this one, but we'll be switching out that when we face Korol. Yeah, one Yigglyf, one Pax a Punch. Dragon Staff I have on them at the moment, but I don't know if I'll be leaving it on them. It was something I was debating on for Wild Battles, so. But otherwise, yeah, the Zenithian Shield is going to be semi-useful here, but otherwise, we just got to get through this. I'll meet you at the start of the battle just in case I accidentally screw up the 2 no's, 2 yeses problem. So, meet you at the start. For boss time against Queen Ferz. Alright, so for this one, well, yeah, I forgot. Monsters is going to go Kerplunk. You are going to go ahead and buff yourself. Everyone's going to kind of do a buff. Except for Drongo, who I forgot I put left on focus on healing. He's probably going to attack. Oh, yeah, he did. Alright, let's make him follow orders now. You're going to go ahead and double buff up him because he needs to catch up. Very good. Now you can do your Pax a Punch on yourself. You can do one more Fairy Foil, and you can Zenithian Shield. We want to minimize the damage we have to heal, essentially. And you're going to go nuts. You're going to... Wait a second. You can now focus on healing. I think I could actually leave Merc on just Show No Mercy at this point, because they don't really have to do anything additional. It's really just going to be Winnie at this point. Winnie's going to do one more Fairy Foil. Alright. Just attack at this point. Yeah, Winnie and Drongo have similar attacks. Also, yeah, Winnie has the Dragon's Bane now. I forgot to mention that. Why don't you mid-heal yourself? Let's see. You know what? Pack a Punch yourself. May as well. Good. You know, Winnie learns oomph in 2 levels too, but unfortunately, yeah, that's not going to happen right now. Good use of bounce. It's a little extra damage, essentially. I'm going to let Winnie just attack. This fight's not that bad. Oh yeah, even he's attacking, yeah. So, we're mostly just going to strong fist this. Unfortunately, this party is not going to be too much magic based. I mean, Merc can, but right now Merc's better attacking. I'm not even worried about bounce at the moment. That said, I just said it, so I may as well use it. Because the magic damage can hurt. If Queen Ferz had 2 attacks, this would be a lot harder, though. Also, I'm not going to bother with Merc soloing this because, well, it's very obvious that once Merc has buff on, Merc can out-heal. So, I'm going to leave it at that. But anyway, Queen Ferz is gone and forgotten. I will see you at King Korol next. Alright, we're here for King Korol now, and it's actually not too bad. I do think I will do a solo liquid metal slime fight on this one, though, so just prepare yourself on that. But, yeah, it does take a while still, but anyway, here's our stats. No one's leveled yet. I'm probably going to need to level when I have to battle Bishop Ladja again, but for now, we're okay. Here's our items set up anyway. Yigdu for emergencies, but otherwise, just one Yiggly, a bunch of Paxes, and 2 elixirs. The elixirs are honestly unnecessary. Drongo's still got the Staff of Salvation, and will mostly be focused on healing anyway, but only a couple times will he be using the Paxa. You need to use a Paxa Punch and have to take control of him, otherwise he's just healing. His AI is a little off in this one, where I think his breath attack is more stable than his physical attack, but he likes to attack when he's doing attacks instead. Also, I got rid of the fairy foils because the fairy foils he will use if he doesn't think there's anything better for him to do. But he did get a Cobra Claw, which is, I think, his best weapon, unfortunately. I think he's similar to the Wyvern's equipment draw, I'm not sure. But in any case, for Winnie, she's got Dragon's Bane. I forgot to get the flame armor. I thought I had it in my bag, and I think I was thinking of something I reverted on or something. So I don't have a flame armor on, but that's okay because the Dragon Mail still helps. It's fine. Like she takes the same amount of damage as Drongo at this point, and the flame shield's gonna still be helpful. But otherwise, yeah, Yiggleaves and Paxa Punches and a Zenithian Sword is going to be useful here, which, by the way, I'm going to quickly transfer around right now to the front, because that's good to distract Korol to using Bounce. I've used that strategy before. If you've seen my past ones, if you haven't, well, welcome to the strategy. Anyway, with that all said, why don't we go ahead and say hi to King Korol and tell him that he sucks and we don't like him and that he needs to go away. Actually, he's probably the most pleasant of all the boss fights that we have, because he's like lawful evil or something. I think I've mentioned that before. But anyway, I thought it just said Kiss Kin, but whatever. Because it's boss time against King Korol. Alright, so first things first. We're not bothering with buff. Buff is not necessary. We're going to go ahead and Sizzle to get some damage in. Drongo's already on focus on healing. We're going to have you go ahead and Paxa Merc. Yep, that's some ouchies. But he's okay. You're going to attack, you're going to mid-heal yourself. And that's fine. And now everyone can attack. Winnie's got fine attack. That's basically all. Alright, no bounces up, so why don't you go ahead and Sizzle. You go ahead and throw another Paxa at Merc. It's honestly just to get steady damage. That's the main thing we need. Yeah, of course he heals himself. Time to heal yourself now, Winnie. That's fine. That Staff of Salvation is such a big help. We're good at this point. There's no bounce yet. Alright, there goes another Paxa. That's fine. There's no bounce, so we can keep doing that. I did consider putting the Zenithian Shield on, but it's not worth it when you have... You're better off just attacking. This is a long fight already. Anyway, bounces up, disruptive. Luckily he defends, so I can Zenithian right there. And that's just attack. Nice crit. He healed himself instead. Yeah, if when he's at 120 is like the bare minimum you need to heal, because the cold breath is the most damage. Like that. That would have killed her. Okay. Once again, just in case it's a crit attack after this. Well, it was, but not to her, so we're okay. So just stay on your healing thresholds and you're fine. And make sure bounce is always down. Not that the bouncing back would be a big deal for Merc. Alright, bounces up. Why don't you go ahead and Zenithian it down? Some ouchies there, but he's got it. Drongo got her covered. Alright, that's a self-heal time. I gotta make sure I don't accidentally hit attack right after. By the way, the damage difference between Drongo attacking and using breath attack is very negligible. Good. She's above 120. She should be fine. Alright. Pax is down. Okay, time to use his packs of punches now. You go ahead and Kassizzle. You're going to Pax a Merc at the end of this, because you're out, and you're going to attack. That's poor timing. But Drongo has HP, so we're okay. Alright. Put you on healing. And... No. You don't have the Staff of Evasion. You're going to heal. And we're okay. Above 120. Well, I guess 125, but yeah. And that's basically the strategy for this one. Just keep the damage going. We are going through a bunch of packs of punches. If Winnie had oomph at this point, that would be really amazing, but sadly, I did not overlevel her enough. Well, I didn't level her enough. I'm okay with that still, though. This is... keeps this as a... still a bit of a challenge, even if it's not the most big challenge. As it is, Merc is already kind of like gonna be fine, so yeah. They won't lose their mind. We can do this. Alright. Self-heal time. It's great that mid-heal can be so good, useful at this. Up, bounces up. Zenithian it down. It's really about messing with the AI in Dragon Quest V. Actually, a lot of the DS games feel like that. Yeah, even if Winnie had oomph by now, I probably wouldn't be casting it on everybody. It would just be on Merc, because Merc has the best attack. And you heal yourself in that? Really? Huh. Normally the AI is more generous in sacrificing themselves, but I guess in this case... Oh, actually, maybe it's because Drongo's too extra slow, maybe? I'm not sure. Alright, that's another oomph down. Go ahead and Kassizzle. Throw another Paxa over at Merc. And you can attack. There goes bounce, but this is why we have oomph. Paxa, I should say. Right. Switch him back to healing. It's better to have a reactionary healer than me trying to predict, so... Also, and there we go. There goes King Korol. I have a feeling that redoing King Korol is just going to be more of a nuisance than anything, but I'm still willing to try it anyway. I'll definitely be fast-forwarding, though, so... But that'll have to be wait for next time. I'll combo it with Ladja, though. So, I will see you, well, at the redo of King Korol with just Merc, and probably then Ladja. See you then. After we level up, of course, because, you know, I can't do a nice dramatic ending there. Do you learn anything new? I don't think Winnie learns anything new till 20, so I don't think... Yeah. That would have been cool if that was when oomph was learned. Alright, but I'll see you next time.